Good morning, New Eden! Today is February 12th, 2023, and this is the Federation Frontline Report. I'm your host, Frozen Fallout. My co-host is Samson.
Good morning, New Eden. My cat just took a steamy dump in the litter box in my office, and it
Oh,
smells amazing.
that's great. That's great. uh, Today we're going to be diving into the frontline systems of faction warfare for the Caldari and Galente and just kind of going over, taking a look at that. We also have some news that they introduced some faction warfare leaderboards. We'll talk a little bit about that. And then there's the Galactic Hour News Roundup Shipcaster technology leak for the Stellar Transmuters. So we're going to take a look at that. We'll have links to that information as well in the show notes. But let's go ahead and start off here just by taking a look at the different systems here. So I'm going to go over the stats here, and then Samson is going to give us a breakdown of what the weather's like on Z-Kill. So starting off with Nissawa, we have the system is currently controlled by the Caldari. It has a 44.3% contested state, so the Galente have contested this system 44.3%. The Caldari currently hold a 21% advantage in the system, with neither Galente or Caldari really pushing hard for high contested status of this system currently. And tell us what the weather's like over on Z-Kill for this beautiful place called Nissawa, right next to the jewel of... the shining jewel of Black Rise.
Yeah, right next to the shining jewel Black Rise. Yes, Nissawa. It's clear skies, Frozen. It's a beautiful place to hang out. And what do we got here? 330 characters, 145 corporations, 60 alliances, 122 ships, and 254 total kills. The top corporations we have in Nissawa our Retarded Squad at 22, Guardians of the Parallel World, our buddies, 18, Federal Defense Union 15, that's us, well, some of us, Last Rites 14, Noodle House Drifters 12, Average Pilots 11, haven't seen them in a while, Quantum Cats Syndicate 10, Golden Age Stories, that's us,
hey,
9,
we made the top 10,
8, and Noir 8. And the top alliances, Nissawa Cartel, no surprise, they live there with 43. The Network, 19, moving in. A Band Apart, 19. Sedition, 18. Snuffed Out, 10. Federation Frontline, 9. Lasagna Appreciation Society coming in with 7. Of Essence, 7. NVIDIA Gloriae comes 5. And Rogue Caldari Union, 5.
And no surprise seeing the Caldari or the Nissawa Cartel at the high top of that. This being
they live there. That's their home. I will say this though: when Gwen lived there, she got more kills than the entirety of the Nissawa Cartel. It's a fact. Federation Navy Comet at the top ship at 32. Caldari Navy Hookbill 17. Kestrel 15. Rifter 15. Catalyst Navy issue 13, Atron 13, Excura Navy issue 12, Thrasher Fleet issue 11, State Destroyer 11, and Attrition 10. So there's only a little bit. I feel like there's only a little bit of faction warfare going on comparatively, right? Like,
a lot of pirating, a lot more pirating. Cartel,
yeah.
Of course, they're going to be out there. And definitely a lot of really good, frigate and destroyer fighting.
Frigate. Free Natoros, Red says. Yes.
Yes, definitely.
We need to free Natoros from the clutches of the Caldari.
That is a big step that we need to do. Since it is a command operation, I'm wondering if one of the things that we could do is just assault straight up Natoris and skip Nissawa, actually. And it'll be a little bit harder, a little bit slower going. Then we wouldn't have to flip Nissawa.
But I mean, I got plenty of ships in Nissawa. So.
But yeah, so definitely, no surprise on seeing the Comet and the Navy Comet and the Navy Calmil both at the top of the list of ships to fight in Nissawa. Um, and yeah, like you said, there's only the State Destroyer on 11 kills, so the fights aren't all taking place inside of Plexus per se.
Yeah, it's
Um,
lower in plexes, at least in this one, by comparison.
I did get a lot of really good fights recently. I've been messing around. We just actually got to a 2v2 in Nissawa just half an hour ago, just before the show started here, and that was a good fight. Let's go ahead and move on to our second system here. So our second system is Tantalin. So Tantalin resides over. Why am I not? Tantalin. Why do you escape me, Tan? Oh, that's because it's owned by the Galente. Looking at blue stuff, not the green stuff. So Tantalin is owned by the Galente. Currently is 80.2% contested by the Caldari. This is also a forever frontline system if the Caldari own it, because it is connected to Tirjiv, which is a high-sec Galente system, so we always will be contesting this, even if the Caldari owned all of the entire war zone. It doesn't matter, because it would still be a frontline system. It'd be owned by the Caldari, but it would be a frontline system. The Caldari have been pushing the advantage here at 26% advantage into the system. The Galente really not pushing hard at all in advantage. We've only got a 1% advantage from objectives at this point. 1% from objectives. And let's go take a look at the weather over at Tantalin and Zekil.
It's a bit overcast, Frozen, but a lot more action. It's a bit stormy. Characters 325, corporations 161, alliances 66, ships 139, total kills 391. We got. Are we doing the corporations or just want to do alliances?
I would say just corporations, actually.
Just corporations. Okay. The Kraken 239, top corporation. Pater Tech School 74 coming in second. Imperial Academy 32 coming in third. Sorry, I said that wrong. Diplomatic Community 19. State Protectorate 17. Federal Defense Union 13. B-Move, I almost said Bevmo because that's what that looked like in my brain, 9. Mictlan Fleet 8. Nuclear Level 7. And Horngary coming in at the bottom with also 7. Tied for the last actually place with nuclear level.
Yeah, so the Kraken, 200 and some odd kills. Go into the Kraken. I just want to see what a little bit more information on that. Is that so that's an independent corporation. It's not part of an alliance. It's not part of faction warfare, and it appears that they are
Pirates.
Yeah, heavy pirates. Very dangerous on the kill board there, yeah, it looks like they must live on like the Anato, Talon, and Tantalin area, and that must be where they make their killings, at least as of late.
It looks like they're gate campers.
Gnosis, obscure Navy issues, Rock. Drifter,
Their top
Daredevil.
ship is a Gnosis. That means they're gate campers.
I mean, not necessarily. Sometimes
That's what it means. What do you use a Gnosis for anything else except
bait.
for gate camping?
Baiting.
And bait. Yeah. Well, let's see here. Let's see.
Baiting into gate camps.
Let's see what this Prowler Crane. I don't know, Frozen. This is looking like a gate camp to me.
Yeah.
Stargate Tantalin. Let's see. Prowler. Stargate Onato.
Yep. So they must be.
Let's look at another big kill. What do we got?
Not big gate campers though. It looks like they only got like 3 or 4 people on each kill.
Stargate Tantalin. No, they're not huge. They're small, but they are gate camping.
Yeah, that looks about right.
Octator. Stargate Onato, yep, yes. Filthy gate.
Be careful. Be careful on the Onato.
In Tantalin, yeah.
Yep. Looks like what they have a specific time that they're playing.
I didn't look into that.
Yeah,
I would have
fine.
to.
That's fine.
I don't even.
The heat map, yeah. What is so at the last 90 days activity? What is the far right is at like, so 2,400, 2,300, 2,200 hours. Yeah, so they looks like to be active between 1,500 to 2 o'clock time. Interesting. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our second system here. So our second system is going to be
Third system?
Third system. Panera?
Alperen.
Alperen.
Yes. Alpanera.
Alpanera.
Sorry, I can't let that one slide. Alperena, yeah.
Alperena. So Alperena.
Alperena bread.
That is owned by the Caldari. It is one of the systems that is connected to a low-sec, I think. That low-sec system that is controlled, like, permanently owned, not part of faction warfare, by the Galente. So it forces that system into a frontline system. Not a lot of contestedness here, but still 38.6, and this has been, I think, like, since the very beginning of the new changes to faction warfare. So since like December, November, this has been, just not really where a lot of Galente Caldari skirmishes are happening, from my understanding. 38.6% contested, controlled by the Caldari. Caldari are firmly, 29% advantage in the system for system control. Whenever they do a plex, they get more victory points towards keeping the system because of their advantage. Let's go take a look at the weather, though, over at Z Killboard.
Let's see, in Alperena, it is mild, temperate. 84 characters, corporations 43, alliances 12, ships 70, total kills 65. Not as much activity as we've seen in the previous. But let's see, top corporations, Terravan Security Company 14, Corrupt with a K 13, Federal Defense Union 9, Static EX, as to not, get the copyright. 9, Constantine 5, Guardians of the Gate 4, right click jump to 4, Real Bad PvPers 3, well, they're not the worst, apparently. Quantum Cat Syndicate 3, Ryba 3, I take back what I said, they're tied for the worst.
Well, tied for the top 10 worst, but more than likely
top 10 worst, yes.
Or top 10 best. But
we don't care about anybody that's outside of the top 10.
That's true. That's true. What kind of ships are being flown around out there?
It looks like this is all happening inside of plexes. At the top, we have the State Cruiser, the State Destroyer, and then followed third by the Excure Navy issue with 8, Condor 7, Og Navy 5, Federation Navy Comet 5, Caldari Navy Hookbill 5, Courser Navy issue 4, Hurricane 3, and the Thrasher 3.
All right, yeah, so pretty standard. Interesting seeing the Hurricane. Haven't seen that out and about as much recently.
Yeah, I wonder why that is.
It's a good ship. I like it, but battle cruisers, I think people prefer the extremely high tank battle cruisers lately. You can super hull tank a Brutix. You can super hull tank the Gnosis. You can put the Cyclone has that really good active rep that you can put on there, stuff like that. Can really boost up that kind of play that you can have. Whereas I think the Hurricane is more has some tank, has some decent DPS. Can really put on the hurt with high alpha if you put on the artillery cannons, but high DPS if you want to go with auto cannons. But
Tornadoes. Those are fun.
Tornadoes are fun.
You just have battleship artillery on them.
Yeah, just slinging giant slugs at people. But let's go ahead and move on over to our next system here. So our next system is going to be Nenemelia. So Nenemelia, just a little history lesson here. Going back in the day, Nenemelia used to be one of the strongest strongholds of the Galente. Akadagi used to connect to a high-sec system for the Caldari. So the Caldari would be coming in to Akadagi. They normally owned Enaluri, and then we owned Nenemelia. and so we would fight with each other every day in Enaluri, in Nenemelia, in Akadagi, and then I used to do a lot of gate camping of the Akadagi into the Keldari high sec system. Um, but today the Keldari are strongly holding Nenemelia. It is a very safe haven for the Keldari to live out of at this point in time. It's not very contested. 3.6% only contested. You go in there. There's always like 5 to 25 or 30 Keldari that are living or staying in there. So it's harder to flex. To a certain degree, and just not really a high objective of the Galente at this point in time. The Keldari have a solid advantage of 30%. The Keldari currently have 42 or 52% of it, 40 of it coming from neighboring systems. So they've only done 12% objectives. Galente have only really done 12% objectives. So really, all their advantage is coming from the neighboring systems. And which is always really interesting because, like, if I'm just gonna poke over here real quick, but I believe if you go over to like the Amar war zone, like, yep, 100%, both of them are like all of their systems, but they don't have as many systems. Like we have 14, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they have half as many frontline systems as we do, but they keep their, at least the Amar. And usually the Mimitar as well are like pushing 100%, if not close to 100% advantage in their system. So they're really hitting those objectives hard.
We should do a field trip to their war zone. I don't even think I've been there.
Yeah, we should definitely schedule a field trip. I think would be really fun to go over there. So Nenemelia, definitely awesome, interesting system here that has a rich history. But let's go ahead and take a look at the weather over at Zekil.
So in Nenemelia, blue skies for days because the sun is blue. Characters 336, corporations 142, alliances 59, ships 124, total kills 190. Top corporations, the United Caldari Navy at the very top 26, very close second, Sons of Luminaire 25, Dreadit 21, Jerkosaurus Rex Inc 20, Fleet Pizza Delivery, our buddies 15, Last Rites 11, Preoxys Assault Force 10, Kaioken X10 9, Immortalis Inc 8, Goristas 8. Goristas? I guess the Goristas are killing people, getting on kills. I was
wonder if there's belt ratting going on or something.
Yeah, no, well they're on gates a lot too.
Oh, they are on gates. That's true. Yeah.
Let's see what we got into the top ships here. Exec Navy, 32. Fed Navy, 25. Cat Navy, 18. I like to see that. All the top 3 Navy ships. Federation Navy ships. Osprey Navy, 14. Harbinger, 13. Imperial Navy / 13. Caracal, 12. Atron, 11. Celestis, 11. And Mollis, 10.
So yeah, a lot of cruiser activity going on here. Osprey Navy issue pretty high up there. Execure Navy issue very high up there.
Who flies the Celestis?
I've seen Celestis fleets being flown around to a certain degree. Usually you combine them with like the Execure Navy issue or something like that, where you're
probably what it is.
Forcing the enemy to come in close to you with the Celestis.
Damps.
Yep, dampening them down usually, or doing really high scan, or really hitting the scan resolution on Logi. Yep, so that it takes a long ass time to lock for a Logi, which can be detrimental to a Logi setup. But let's go ahead and move over to our next system here, which will be Hazmajala. So Hazmajala, going back down into the south here. So if we go back over, so Hazmajala, pretty decent fights that I've been getting. So this is kind of my little area right here, is usually doing the loop here between, we go from, so we live in Yavanger, we go Hadiles, go Aboon, go, Hunsikan, Nissawa, Tama, Sujarento, Negamenon, Hazmajala, back to Negamenon, and then back to Devon and go back all the way through again, or else you just go back over to Sujarento again. So this is a nice little loop here, a nice little battleground area. Currently, the Caldari own the system, and the system is 31.9% contested. Once again, no real strong advantage pushed by either the Galente or the Caldari. The Caldari currently hold a 4% advantage in that system, but neither one of us really pushing it hard there. So let's go over to Zekil, and what's the weather look like?
Let's see, Hazmajala is a scorching 280 degrees, 282 degrees here, characters 282, corporations 130, alliances 46, ships 102, total kills 366, top corporations, the sheriff's in town apparently, 47, Revenant Defense Corporation, who's that guy, 39, Federal Defense Union 30, State Protectorate 26, Fleet Pizza Delivery 23, Shadow Cartel, Neurotoxin Control 20, The Church of Awesome 12, Site 200 Seller Security 17, Mecha Enterprises Fleet 16, and Horngry rounding up the top 10 at 15. It looks like we got a lot of frigate action going on. Fed Navy Comets, Caldari Navy Hookbills, and then we have them going on in small. Oops. I did not mean to click on that. Small plexes,
small plexes.
Tristans. There's cat navies, and we're also looking at the mediums and the scouts. They're not called novices anymore. Capsules, of course. Corsair Navy 21 and the Rifter 18 down at the very bottom.
Yeah, so definitely that Federation Navy Comet 64 and Caldari Navy Hookbill 58. I mean, that is where I've been seeing a lot of really good solo activity, is flying around in faction frigates. The primary faction frigate for each one of the Slicer, the Hookbill, the Fleet Firetail, and the Federation Navy Comet. All of them are really just great solo boats to have. You can fit them all up in different ways, and they do a really good job of fighting each other, I think. I did get beat just recently by a Caldari Navy Hookbill. I'm pretty sure that they had some implants in, however, but a dual web one, which kind of just was able to bring me down. It was like dual web, armor fit, dual web with a point and a tracking disruptor. So it was all E-War basically in order to, hold me down and shoot me up.
And keep you from shooting him.
Yep. So it was rough, but I mean, a lot of the times. So I mean, depending on how you fit all of these different ships, really, there is no. I wouldn't say there is anything that's specifically way better than anything else. Certain fits on each one does really well to combat the other ones, and you can take on a lot of destroyers with these faction frigates. Even sometimes taking on the if you catch a Catalyst Navy issue that's blaster fit, you can sometimes bring them down because they can't hit you very well. You're just so far off on fall off if you're using Scram Kite. And you get, fighting at 7, 8, 9 kilometers where you're doing really good at that spot. Their damage just falls off so far. They don't have any drones or anything like that, so. But let's go ahead and take a look at the next system over. So, well, not over, but Aldraneti, going back up over into the north here. So Aldraneti currently has a battlefield that's going on right now. It is controlled by the Galente. It is dyslexia hit in there. 96% contested. So the Caldari are really pushing this. They want Aldraneti. They want to take it. They have a full 100% advantage from objectives and neighboring systems. The Galente coming in at 58% or advantage in the system, so giving a net 42%. So you can tell this is a system that the Keldari are pushing hard. 96% contested means that it's probably gonna fall within the week, but it's possible that even it's interesting because before that would be like tonight, within the next like 2 hours, that system would be falling in the old system. But at 96%, that's still not enough. If there's any contestedness going on in that system, um, it can be hard to get that last 4%. So let's take a look at the weather. What does it look like? Is there a lot of fighting going on over there, or is it really uncontested at this point?
Well, what's going on, Frozen, is it's a popular vacation spot. It's a tropical location with 790 characters, 253 corporations, 80 alliances, 190 ships, and 1,315 kills. That's more than any of the systems that we've seen so far.
That's a busy
Uh,
last 7 days for sure.
yeah, top corporations, Sons of Luminaire at the very top with 283, Jerkosaurus Rex Inc. 227. Dreadit at 223, United Caldari Navy 168, Last Rights 127, Percussus Resurgo 64, Federal Defense Union 55, Fleet Pizza Delivery 52, Blaster Damage Appreciation Society 46, and tied with TNGF at 46. Top ships, Exec Navy, once again, Fed Navy 140, and Osprey Navy 130, Cat Navy 126, Capsules. A lot of people going down in these fights. 103, Federation Destroyer 98, Imperial Navy Slicer 95, Thrasher Fleet 94, Federation Cruiser 91, and Caracal 91. So it looks like a lot of fighting going on in the small and the medium.
Yeah, those Executor Navy issues, man. That's a lot of kills under their belt. That's solid.
Yeah, they're a strong ship.
Yeah, I really like them, especially dual web with blasters on there, and you can get up to 1,000 DPS. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Just catch them, kill them.
All right, next system that we'll take a look at is Pinacasto. So Pinacasto is a little bit farther down over in the southern area over here. So we've got Pinacasto sitting at a solid 55.5% contested, currently controlled by the Keldari. No real push for advantage in this system. The Keldari are currently at 8% advantage. Pinacasto is a little bit harder of a system to fight in as well, to a certain degree, or constantly perplexed, because there is a lot of pirate activity that's coming from Rakapass and Hiri. Rakapass is like the home of the
Rockapus Puss.
Yeah. So so there can be a lot, it can be a little bit harder to contest this system. What's the weather look like over there?
Well, it's fairly demonic here in Pinacasto. Look at this. I just want to point this out. Chad Flame, RIP that pod. 666 billion ISK. Hail Satan.
Oh, and it was a gold Jevolution.
A Genopod, yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Actually, okay, I want to see what's in. I don't care. I want to see what's in there. Let's see. High grade Hydras.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a full set of Hydras.
Oh, and he
then we
got
have-
caught by a cruiser. Wow. By
yeah. No, that's a Legion.
or sorry, well, yeah, it's a Tech 3 cruiser.
Oh, and now I want to see Religion. Or I want to see Related. Just by itself? What the fuck?
Related top right hand corner up above.
Oh, there it
log
is.
into you. Yep.
So let's see. What was Chad Flame flying? I'm gonna do this. Yes,
So he was in. Oh, you had him at the top. Yep, Chad Flame right there in the Typhoon Fleet
Oh.
issue.
Oh, he was in a flight. Oh, okay, I see. That makes sense. Yeah, and there was a fleet. It looks like it was a fight between
Glenta and Keldari between.
yeah, Drakes versus Ospreys. We got Cyclone fleets. My bad. And then a mishmash of a bunch of different things and some comments. Oh, and lots of slicers. That's fun.
Interesting.
But yeah, 483 characters, 198 corporations, alliances 79, ships 136, total kills 345. Top Corps, Fleet Pizza Delivery 34, Sons Luminaire 32, Preoxys Assault Force 24, State Protectorate 20, Federal Defense Union 16, Ryba 14, Adversity 12, Tribal Liberation Force 11, Low Life. Fuck stuff. 11, Blue Canary 10. And then top ships, Mollusk Navy issue 38.
Wow.
That's different.
That's a good ship. That's got really long, really strong point. If you're pirating, that's a great ship. If you're trying to catch like anything that has multiple warp stabs or built-in warp core stabs.
And Fed Navy Comet second. Imperial Navy Slicer 29, Confessor 29. That's one of my favorite ships, the Confessor. Exec Navy 25, Kitsune 23, Algos 23, Merlin 23, Thrasher Fleet Issue 21, Tristan 19.
Awesome. All right, and moving on to OICX. Let's go ahead and take a look at OICX over in the north. So the Galente had just recaptured this system, and looks like in under a week they are going to have it flip back over, possibly, because OICX. So OICX, I think it was last week or the week before that. So maybe 2 weeeks ago or a week ago. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was a week ago though. OICX flipped over to the Galente after having a long, hard battle that was being fought over OICX. And it was months of a campaign to like kind of bring it down, but looks like it flipped, and it's gonna flip right back over to the Caldari, very likely at 96.4%. That last little bit can take a long time. There can be a lot of advantage to the defender on being able to just stick a frigate into an open and help with that percentage, but the Caldari have a solid advantage in the system. 65% advantage in the system. They're really pushing it by having 88% total advantage. The Galente taking off 23% of that advantage for the 65%. And they're really, this kind of shows that this is what's going to help really with pushing that system on over. The Galente really not trying to defend as much. I really kind of see that as like whoever has like a huge advantage in the system really kind of proves who's really trying to flip that system. Now Vivalier is where the Galente kind of live, and you can see that the Caldari are really pushing the advantage even just before they haven't even gotten OICX or Aldernep. They are honing in on that. That is this is a crumbling war zone area here. I know Sedition has been pushing really hard here. A lot of the Galente though live out of the south, and it's a lot harder for them to reinforce the north up here and really help with a lot of the fighting and pushing and flexing that's happening up here. But let's go ahead and take a look at the weather over in OICX. What's it look like?
Well, interestingly enough, here we have another kill at the very top, and it's subsequent 777 million. So that's a good luck. I'm not going to go into that Garma kill, but characters 622, corporations 189, alliances 68, ships 159, total kills 738. Top corporations, Sons of Luminaire, been making an appearance multiple times. Same with Jerkosaurus Rex at 121. Caldari Colonel Defense Ministry 48. Did he say jump? We all just fucking jumped.
Oh no.
43. State Protectorate 40. Caldari Tactical Group 37. Fleet Pizza Delivery 37. Last Rights 36. Blue Canary 39. Federal Defense Union 31. Top ships, Osprey Navy issue 83, Excura Navy 78, Cat Navy 75, Federation Cruiser 63, so got some action in the mediums. Basher Fleet issue 61, Federation Destroyer 53 in the smalls. Fed Navy Comet 45, lots of capsules 41. Cyclone Fleet issue 37 and Atron 35.
Impressive. That's a lot of fighting going on with that Osprey Navy issue. That's the first time it's been at the top of the top ships. So 83 there, that's pretty solid. The Exeter Navy issue though coming in right behind it. So I mean, not always is it going to be that's the Osprey Navy issue is going to be the Caldari being used by the Caldari.
Yeah, it's a really good ship, and a lot of people use it.
Yep. It's got range. You can put light missiles, rapid light missiles launchers on it. Do a lot and be very fast. Very efficient ship.
Coyote.
All right.
Coyote bullshit.
Moving on, we are going to take a look at EHA. So EHA. So that is my brain not working here. EHA. Oh yeah, it's above OICX. My brain can work. I know it. So the EHA is a stronghold of the Caldari, 3.6% contested currently, so the Galente are not really pushing that system at all. The Galente are not really trying to get advantage in this system. The Caldari are keeping solid advantage in this system with 70% total, in the end, advantage in that system. What's it look like over on Z-Kill? Is it calm over there, or is there a lot of killing actually still going on, even though it's not getting flexed up?
There's a bit of killing over there. A local douchey McMustache here likes to frequent the hot springs in EHA. 145 characters, Corporation 69, Alliances 26, ships 63, total kills 102.
So only 102 kills, so not much going on.
Top corporations: Mercury Arms Inc., our buddy Corvus, Caldari with 22, Caldari Colonial Defense Ministry 18, Federal Defense Union 10, Lysar Corp 9, Sons of Luminaire 9, Ottoman Corp 7, United Caldari Navy 6, The School 5, Tribal Liberation Force 5, Pandemic Horde Minmatar Command. So I guess that they threw in with the Minotaur 5.
Yeah, and I also want to say Enterprises, thank you so much for the raid, 97 viewers.
Thank you for the raid.
We are doing the Federation Frontline report. Welcome.
God damn, so, that's a hit, I think.
That's a huge. So we have the we were just looking over the different systems that are the frontline systems here. If you've got any questions, go ahead and feel free to shoot those out. We'd love to answer anything that you, any questions that you throw at us. Did we go over ships? I don't think so.
I think we were just about to, and then we got raided.
And I got interrupted, rudely interrupted.
So rudely interrupted by almost 100 raiders. Thanks for joining. Top ships: Caldari Navy Hookbill 18, and we're in EHA system right now. Cormorant Navy issue 12, State Battle Cruiser 11. So we're happening in smalls, or no, battle cruiser. Sorry, large or open. State Destroyer Smalls 11, Condor 9, Corax 9, Federation Navy Comet 8, Catalyst Navy Issue 8, State Cruiser Mediums 8, Imperial Navy Slicer 7. That's all we have for EHA.
Wow, so Comet is really far down on that list where the Hookbill is really high up, you can tell.
Yeah, you know, we're in Caldari territory, and them squids don't really fly comets.
Right.
There's a line. There's a line they won't cross.
And so next system that we are going to take a look at here is going to be Onasikin. So Onasikin coming back down in the south here. So this is gateway into the north.
This is a gateway drug to the crown jewel of Black Rise.
And the Galente just recently got a Astor House put up there, so that's been kind of nice to have a hate, because there's no stations to dock in Onaseekin,
Yeah.
so
We were lucky right now. Galente have a lot of stations in Black Rise.
yes, yeah, that is really, it's been really nice to, you go to Negamenon, which has no station, but we've got, a place to dock there. Onaseekin, we've got a place to dock. Um, it's nice to be able to dock up in a frontline system and store some ships and then be able to come back out. So with Onaseekin, we are controlled by the Galente. Onaseekin is currently 66.2% contested by the Caldari. Not really pushing the advantage game here one way or the other. Galente are holding a good solid 20% advantage, but not much effort going into that. Only 31% of that coming from objectives, 10% coming from neighboring systems, and then the Caldari knocking off 21%, only 1% coming from the objectives, so neighboring systems really giving them that 20%. What's the weather like over in Onaseekin, though? I'm guessing this is going to be a nice little Z-kill stats that are going to be up here.
It's quite windy, Frozen. I think a storm's are brewing. Characters 699, corporations 233, alliances 81, ships 172, total kills 872. It's a pretty good amount there.
872 kills. That's a lot, man. That's
Top
solid.
corporations: Last Rights 75, Federal Defense Union 73, the Batavi 72, State Protector at 51, Stay Frosty coming in with 44. United Caldari Navy 42, Preoxys Assault Force 35, Sanctuary of Shadows 31, Flayette Pizza Delivery 29, tied with Blue Canary at 29 to round out the top 10 for the corporations. And the ships, top ships, a lot going on inside of the small Federation Destroyer at the very top, 71. Well, tied with the Caldari Navy Hookbolt 71. Federation Navy Comet 64, Osprey Navy 59, Kestrel 57, Federation Cruiser Medium 55, Executor Navy 53, some capsules going on at 48, Harbinger Navy issue 46. That's a new one. I don't think we've seen that at all.
Yeah, it's a battle cruiser, solid battle cruiser. Does
it's
good
a
range damage usually.
Tanky and a lot of DPS. Vexor Navy 44, rounding up the top 10 ships.
And we do have a question from the chat here. So Thalamat 3000 says, what would happen if the Caldari takes all the systems, and is that even possible? Technically, it is possible. In the new system, there isn't as much of an incentive for the back and forth, flip all the systems, control as many systems as possible, push up the tier of your faction in order to get really good LP payouts when you're doing flexing. Because that is no longer existent, there isn't as much. You need to have farmers rotating who they're pushing for, because as soon as you push it all the way up, the LP becomes a lot less worthwhile to get. So then you go over to the other side. And it was a whole pendulum game, and it was all about farming basically, and like really hard farming, or really easy farming. And a lot of people would be doing mission running and stuff like that back in the day. That really doesn't happen anymore. You don't really see as much farmer activity. There's a lot of PvP, and there is farming that definitely happens, but it's not like this massive switchover. And I would say that no, it is possible, but it's very unlikely. The other thing is that it takes like 100 times more effort in order to flip a system than it used to. Whereas back in the day, you could spend like 2-3 days just pushing a system really hard if you had 24-hour coverage, maybe even like 2 days worth, and you could flip a system. Even with 24-hour coverage, it can still take like a week to flip a system at this point in time. So not really 100 times more effort, but like 5, 10, 20 times more effort. It can be really hard. So if they did flip the system or all of the systems, it wouldn't really matter. There would one thing that would suck for the Keldari is that they would have no offensive frontline systems, which would be harder to make LP for them, so it's de-incentivized that way. The other thing too is that the Galente would still have frontline systems, because any low sec or high sec system that is not part of faction warfare that touches a faction warfare system that's controlled by the Galente would contest that system and allow for a frontline system, or would make that system a frontline system, which we see quite a bit. As we were talking about at the beginning, Tantalin is one of those systems that is forever, would be, you know, as soon as this flips, it will still be a frontline system because it is connected to Tirjiv. Also, the El Pereni is also another one that is forever frontline system if it's controlled by the Keldari. And so let's go ahead though and take a look at the next system, Sujurento. So Sujurento, Pirate Haven, Keldari kind of live out of here to a certain degree as well. Lots of good fights usually happening over here. We had taken it over for the Galente for a short amount of time, but the Keldari were able to push back and get it back pretty quickly after we had secured it. Currently it is 28.2% contested by the Galente. The Keldari not really trying to push advantage, either the Galente or Keldari. Keldari with a slight edge at 9%. What's the weather look like over in Sujurento?
Well, we have partially cloudy skies, and it's a little chilly. But look at all those marauders on the top there. We've got
Marauders.
Paladin, Vargar. That's all except for this
4.
capsule. Those are all
5. I can't count. I am an idiot.
5. Character is 688 corporations, 280 alliances, 113 ships, 184 total kills, 693. Top corporations: Infinity Avenger, 106, Preoxus Assault Force 55, State Protector 53, Federation or Federal Defense Union 29, Dawn Expeditionary Force 24, Stay Cool and Calm Down 24, Neurotoxin Control 24, Average Pilots 22, Guristas also killing a lot. There might be some, maybe it's an incursion, I don't know, 20, Fat Dragon Mining Code 19. Top ships, the Vigilant at 116.
Wow, that's a new one. That's a good gate camping ship. Great gate camping.
Oh,
ship.
okay, that makes sense.
Got that 90% web, and you throw a faction, 14 kilometer, not overheated. You can gate camp really well with them. So I'm guessing that's what's happening here to a certain degree. So I do see a lot of gate camping that happens on the Tama Sujurento.
Yeah, Fed Navy Comet 99, Execure Navy 56, Rifter 48, Imperial Navy Slicer 45, Cat Navy 37, Caldari Navy Hookbill 36, State Destroyer, so we're happening in smalls, and Caracal 25. I think we need some vigilance. I want to try those out.
Yeah. So we do have the first cold. Asks us to comment on the top losses. So let's go ahead and take a look at those top losses again here. Let's just dig a little bit deeper into
so
of these.
There was a Kronos 1.71 bill.
Let's go
Paladin
into that.
3.
Well, let's take a look at that Kronos here real quick. Just go inside of it, and what was the related kills as well? Oh, Sully! Sully helped kill this. Dark Religion.
Well, yeah, these are all pizza and network.
Yeah,
and
solid.
Cruiser's crew. They took out a Cruiser's crew, Kronos.
Yeah, and this happened in the last 7 days. So Cruiser's crew, who used to be part of Galente militia for a little while, had jumped in and out, and been in and out of initiative as well. So it looks like there was a solid, large group of Galente that looks like they lost like an obscure Navy issue maybe. But it's like a Praxis and a Curse.
Like a battlefield or something.
Yeah, this is interesting. I'm not sure exactly how this would go down. Or what? Go back over to the kill itself. Where did the kill happen? Did it happen on a gate. Asteroid Belt 1.
Asteroid Belt 1, yeah.
So that could have been a
Anyway.
flex or a battlefield, or interesting that it's a belt. I wonder if it actually was inside of the belt. So let's take a look at one more of those. This is the second highest one. So that's the Paladin here.
That's also Cruiser's Crew, but that way they were taken out by Snuffed.
Interesting. Is that a Megathron and just T1 Megathron, T1?
No, it's a Kronos.
Oh, it is a Kronos. Okay, so
It's a Kronos and a Varder.
Yep, that makes sense. Let's go into related here real quick just to see if there's anything just kind of crazy happening during that time.
Oh, well, there's a lot of stuff here.
Oh, they did lose a snuffed out, lost a Varder during this conflict.
So it looked like Snuff, Cruiser's Crew, and Caldari, and you right there at the bottom.
Oh, hey! Yeah, I was involved in this somehow, possibly. When was this? What was the date on this?
Does it say here?
Yeah, at the top, February 12th.
Hey.
Oh, well, I didn't know about this going on then.
He shot somebody in passing, probably.
Yeah, that would have been late night. I think that we had a game camp last
Red.
night that was going on. So.
There's his Varder that ate it.
Ah, yep. So that ties it all in. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Evelon. So Evelon is, let's see here, Evelon, yep, that's over by Aldranetti, connected to Aldranetti, being pushed, somewhat, 68.5% contested, 19% advantage to the Galente. Galente not really pushing that hard though. They have 29% of the objectives, 10% from neighboring. Caldari got 10% objectives, 10% neighboring systems. So, what's the weather look like over in that system? I don't really visit the system at all. So,
I haven't even heard about the system until today. So, it's not even on the weather radar. But characters 240, corporations 80, alliances 27, ships 98, total kills 191. Top corporations, Federal Defense Union 27. There's a little bit of stuff going on, but the Federal Defense Union is up at the top. That's the NPC corporation for Galmil. Sons of Luminaire 27.
Right in.
United Caldari Navy 20, TNGF 20, Kyokan X10 19, Blue Canary 18, Dreadit 17, State Protector 12, Noir. There they are down at the bottom. 9 and Ganja Labs. Oh, I could use more ganja. 9. And top ships, Exec Navy. We're back to the Exec Navy at the top, 37. Cat Navy 18. Fed Navy Combat 16. Osprey Navy issue 15. I'm getting deja vu. This is very much like a few of the other systems, almost the exact same order. Atron 13, Condor 13, Imperial Navy Slicer 11, Thrasher Fleet issue 10.
Solid. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Negamenon. So this is the system that is controlled by the Galente. Negamenon is hotly being fought over. Lots of fighting that I know of going on in this system. In fact, there's also been some of the civil war that's been happening with the Galente has been taking place in Negamenon as of late with the Network and Mecha Enterprises fleet and Aderon Robotics fighting against what the hell is their name? Those other guys that Sedition or not no, that's Sedition's up north and they're friendly.
Oh, but
it's Psychotic Tendencies or whatever.
Psychotic Tendencies,
yeah. So a little bit of Civil War stuff kind of going on in this system. Galente have been pushing the advantage here at 52% objectives completed, 20% coming from neighboring systems, and the Caldari have 13% objectives completed, with a 20% coming from neighboring systems, giving a total of 39% after you do all the deductions here to the Galente. So Galente trying to keep this system for sure. If we do lose this system, it is still a frontline system because we own Oto, but Oto is also falling. And then we also own Devon. Devon's not really contested too much, 37% for command operations system. I'm surprised Oto at 88.0% contested, being a command operations system. So the Galente or the Caldari must be farming the hell out of that system. I'm guessing there's not as much going on, but let's go ahead and take a look at the so 69% contested for Negamenon. Let's take a look at the weather report over in Negamenon.
Hurricane Galmil sweeping through, causing all kinds of chaos. Characters 899, corporations 286, alliances 105, ships 194, total kills 1,417.
I think that's the crown, right? I don't think we've.
That's the top. That's the highest we've seen thus far, and I think it has something to do with Galmil and Galmil crime. Horngary 159, Federal Defense Union 114, Fleet Pizza Delivery 107. State Protectorate 99, Revenant Defense Corp 90, Bloodline 74, Noir 72, Sheriff 54, Jerkosaurus Rex Inc 49, and the Veterans Lounge 47. I'm gonna take bets here, but I'm gonna say that the Exec Navy is at the top. What do you think?
I'm gonna say the Fed Navy comment.
All right, it's scrolling down. Oh,
Oh!
damn! Look at that. Frozen by a really big nose. Federation Navy Comet 213, Exec Navy 170, Caldari Navy Hookbill 155, Federation Destroyer 97, Cat Navy 96, Coercer Navy 85, Imperial Navy Slicer 80, Osprey Navy 79, and the Federation Frigate at 77. So a lot of fighting going on in the smalls, obviously, since there's 213 Fed Navy Comets
and
involved.
The Catalyst Navy issue at 96 is about 20 of those come from me. In the last night when we did a gate camp, we were in Negamenon gate camping the Sujirento gate, and oh my god, it was just like one after another of just murder, death, kill, like just so much good fighting, and that was happening inside of Sujirento slash Negamenon last night. I stayed up till basically downtime, and I was having a lot of fun, just picking people off, and a lot of that was in my Catalyst Navy issue, which with a sensor booster can catch quite a bit of stuff. If it's set to like run, it can be hard, but I was catching frigates, a lot of frigates with that. Actually, I was really surprised. It's got about 1,000 scan res, so it's not perfect. You want that like 1,500 to really be in a solid zone.
I was gonna say, is that a tail? All I can see is a white dot floating around. because the black tail was completely invisible on your jacket or shirt or whatever.
Hello. Ouch.
Spideys.
All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at our last system, Anato. So Anato is over. Where is Anato? I don't go to Anato, so I don't even know where this is. Am I missing something here? Is Anato not actually a
faction warfare? Maybe.
No, Anato is a frontline system. Why am I being a fool? Chat, help me out. Why? Oh, yeah, here we go. Never mind. I don't really go over to Anato very often, but I actually have gone to Anato recently. So I should have known this, but it's right next to Sujirento here. It is contested by Tanalin. There is some fighting. There is some stuff that definitely I've popped in there when I'm messing around in Sujirento, and And this is the so when we talked about Tantalin, we had that pirate group that was in Tantalin gate camping the Anato Tantalin gate. Um,
Mhm.
so this is the system that we also might see that pirate group in. So we'll take a look at that at the weather, though. Currently, it is 49.6% contested by the Galente. Galente holding a very slight advantage at 7%. So what's the weather look like, though, over in Anato? Is it pirate-infested waters?
Yeah, it's a little bit of it's tropical, so the pirates, they like that Caribbean type area, and we're looking at characters 268, corporations 138, alliances 53, ships 108, total kills 196, and right there at the top, the Kraken 60. Those are the gate campers that we were looking at earlier.
Yep.
Pater Tech School 24, Horngray 24, Preoxys Assault Force 11, Fat Dragon Mining Code 10, State Protectorate 10, Fun, FUN Inc. 7, Federal Defense Union 7, Silent Nomad 6, Revenant Defense Corporation 6, and Exec Navy at the top, and followed by the Gnosis, because we know that filthy, dirty gate camping pirates like to use the Gnosis.
Yes.
39, Federation Navy Comet 23, Stiletto 22, Osprey Navy 14. That's a joke for people that know who we are. Kalahari Navy Hookbill 12, Condor 12, Tristan 11, State Destroyer 11, and State Battlecruiser. So we're looking at smalls, larges, and maybe opens.
Yeah. Awesome. So that kind of wraps up our frontline systems there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 frontline systems for the Galente Caldari Warzone currently. The next thing that we're going to just quickly talk about is the introduction of the faction warfare leaderboards. So there is this page that you can go to called, what is this?
Introducing factional warfare leaderboards on EVE Online.
Right, but if you scroll down a little bit, it's it's the report. There it is. Frontline's New Eden War Report. So we're the Federation Frontline Report. This is for all Frontline's New Eden War Report. But if you go there and you log into that section of the EVE Online, it'll give you a breakdown of who's got the most amount of kills, who's got the most amount of victory points in the last 7 days, and your own personal progress, how you're doing there. You can also check out the different maps and stuff like that when you're offline, and still be able to kind of get an idea of how good the fighting is going on, or who's on what system. Just cool little thing that CCP is kind of providing that's similar to a kill board, leaderboards that they're giving to us. The next thing that we have is the Galactic Hour News Roundup, Shipcaster Technology Leak, and Stellar Transmuters and Military Headquarters. So we're not going to go too deep into this. This is very preliminary information that we're kind of getting, some leak information. First thing we'll talk about real quick is the Shipcaster technology. So from my understanding, what I've been reading about on Reddit, and kind of just from the breakdown that they kind of give, we'll give a link in the report or in the show notes here for you to kind of get your own ability to go look at all of this. But basically, there is going to be a shipcaster, and I don't know if you play Stellaris, if anybody does, but you might be familiar with the ship catapult. The stellar catapult that you can sling people across the galaxy. This also might be similar to a NPC Titan of some sorts that will sling you to other parts of the galaxy. I've been hearing a lot of talk about that maybe it's going to be sending us to frontline systems, which would make a lot of sense. From my understanding is that this is going to be stuff that is going to have an event all around it, kind of similar to the Stargate building event, the Transmuter event, and the Triglavian research event that we recently just had. where the Galente got our asses handed to us in that event. We didn't even build our Stargate, but the Keldari were able to easily build their Stargate. They had a lot of advantage, I personally think, going into it, and that gave us a big disinterest in actually participating as much. Really didn't see a push from the Galente at all to try and participate in that event. Little individual efforts here and there, but so what do you think is I've been hearing that people aren't really that interested in this to a certain degree. I mean, it doesn't really going to affect us unless maybe we go move over to Intaki, which I don't think I want to move to Intaki. I like living out of Yavangir. If we could build one in Yavangir, that'd be cool.
I think if it's slingshotting people into areas that are close to us, maybe we get more kills.
Oh, that would be nice.
I mean, we might try it out just to see what it's like, but I don't see it being a huge deal, like you said, unless it's like next to where we live, or
Right.
if its destinations are close to us, because we always welcome an influx of ships to blow up.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, some people are thinking this might be something that you could use to drop on people. We don't really know much about how this is going to work.
Yeah, we don't know. True.
And so, I mean, maybe it is going to be like a Titan that you can use to drop on people. If somebody can light a Sino, and then you can use this to jump to them. But who knows? At this point, we don't have a lot of information, from my understanding. And 89 Phobos says, man, people was trying to see what about that, but it's so boring, like sleeping content or content to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not interested really unless it brings me more kills, honestly.
Yeah. So, and then if we scroll down, there is the next kind of major section that they talk about is the Amar Empire construction site at Ohide. Star reported to be a stellar transmuter. So the Amar Empire might be building a stellar transmuter. And I believe that Ohide, is that gonna, I think that might be their headquarters as well. Not sure about that though for sure. But if we scroll down a little bit more, we get to the next headline, which is the Republic further fortifies Anemo to establish unified warzone headquarters. So this is going to be the headquarters for the Mimitar. And let me take a look here real quick. So if we go over to the Mimitar Republic, so Ohide is over here, a 0.6, oh, this is not even in Losec system. So Ohide, where they're building that stellar transmuter, is actually not in Losec or part of faction warfare, which I don't think any of these will be directly in faction warfare for the headquarters. Like Intaki is our headquarters, and that's outside the war zone, although it used to be part of the war zone. So let's see here. AMO. Let's see, is there an AMO? AMO at the very top here, it is a 0.5 system. So the Mimitar will be working out of, have a headquarters in Losec. That's interesting. Or in Hisec, which connects to a Losec system, faction warfare system. So we're the one that has the Galente will have, if you scroll down, the next one is talking about federal militarization of Intaki raises security status and blocks capsuleer structures. So you're not going to be able to build any more capsuleer structures inside of Intaki. So the NPCs are taking this over, and I believe it was a 0.2. Now it's 0.3. So maybe is this going to get rised up to a 0.5? That might be interesting. That's never really happened before.
Changing sex status.
And it would be a completely, it would be an island. There are many island high-sec systems out there, but if they turn it into a high-sec system, it would be a island in the middle of Losec. And that's it for the news there. If you want to read up more about that and the lore that they are building for that, go ahead and check out the Galactic Hour News Roundup, Shipcaster Technology Leak, Stellar Transmuter, and Military HQ's universe.eveonline.com, Eden-Eden-News. You can find out a lot of cool stuff there. And I believe that brings us to the end of our show here. So thank you all for watching. If you're interested in joining up with the war effort, go ahead and put in an application to Golden Age Stories in-game. Also, many other different corporations out there and alliances out there for you to join. Faction Warfare is a great place to build up your corporation.
Join Galmil.
Yeah, you should join Galmil. Really, we want to. I mean, and if you don't though, and the one thing is, I like that when we have lots of enemies. The more enemies that we have, it's better to a certain degree. You know, it's not like the 0.0 where it's like, oh, the enemy has 10,000 people and we have 5,000, so we're just fucked. Like, this war is not going to be good for us. This is like a forever war. It doesn't matter if we're low on numbers. We're going to be high on kills. So. You can watch us live on Twitch every Sunday at 2300 Eve time. That's 5 p.m. Central Time. And if you miss the show live, you can always watch us or listen to us on our podcast, Federation Frontline Report. Find that on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, or pretty much any podcasting platform out there. Some podcasting platforms are not going to have video, but if it does have video, like Spotify, I believe iTunes does, you'll be able to watch a video version of this, so you can kind of see a little bit more of what we're talking about as we kind of display the stats to you, show you around the map, and you can see our beautiful faces. So, also check out our website, federationfrontline.com, for more information on our alliance, our podcast, and EVE Online, as well as the friends of the show. We got a bunch of links out there for you to check out different people's stuff that we've had, a lot of interviews that we've conducted over the years. So if you have news that you'd like us to talk about on the show, or you'd like to be a guest, go ahead and contact me through the in-game email system. You can go ahead and contact me, Frozen Fallout, in-game. And thank you. Have a great night.
Fly dangerously, New Eden.
I can't agree more with that. Always fly dangerously.